Aim high, 3. Read and listen to the text.
A man's world? Serving the community. When firefighters turn up to put out a fire, traditionally, people expect them to be men. However, underneath the protective clothing, helmet and visor, there are more and more women. One such woman is Kath Webb, who joined the fire service in 2008 and is now in charge of a team of firefighters at her local station. When she became crew manager following a promotion, she was the first female to do so in the whole of her region. One reason for the increase in female firefighters is a change in the job requirements. There is more emphasis on communication skills nowadays, with fire officers spending a large part of their day educating the community about fire prevention. "We visit residents and explain how to prevent fires in the first place," says Kath, "and this is something women excel at." Nevertheless, many women are being put off the profession by the 24-hour-a-day commitment expected of firefighters. "Everyone needs flexible working arrangements within their job," explains Women's Liaison Officer Ruth Ward. "Family-friendly working hours would attract more women to the profession because they could have their career as well as a family life. What more could anyone want?" A tough job. Base 34 is a new garage in Montpellier in the south of France. Customers who take their cars there for repairs may be surprised to find that all the employees are women. When Hervé Malige advertised for women who wanted to become mechanics, he received 120 applications. After tests and interviews, he chose 15. They included a nurse, a secretary, a beauty therapist, and 2 flight attendants. They all wanted a chance to work in this traditionally male environment. "I think a lot of people instinctively trust women more," he says, "and female customers might feel more comfortable with somebody who doesn't treat them as if they don't understand anything." Although most car mechanics are still men, the situation is gradually changing. Men are starting to leave the profession and women are joining it. Why? In a word, technology. In the past, being a mechanic was a physically tough and dirty job. Now, cars are much more complicated than they used to be. You need patience and intelligence to work out what the problem is, not strength. Many people believe that this makes the job more suitable for women than for men.
Mechanic, mechanic, someone who repairs machines. Nurse, nurse, a person trained to care for the sick or infirm, especially in a hospital. Plumber, plumber, a person whose job is to install or repair sinks, toilets, water pipes, etc. Firefighter, firefighter, a member of a fire department who tries to extinguish fires. Put out, to extinguish, to make something stop burning. Helmet, helmet, a hard hat that protects your head. In charge of, in control or with overall responsibility. Promotion, promotion, the act of rising someone to a higher or more important position or rank. Emphasis, emphasis, special importance, value or prominence given to something. Skill, skill, the ability to do something well. Resident, resident, a person who lives in a certain place. To excel at, to excel at, to do well, to be better or greater than others. Commitment, commitment, a promise or pledge to do something. Flexible, flexible, able to bend without breaking, able to change or take in new ideas.
Instinctively.
Acting on an inner feeling, done without thinking.
Trust. Believe in the reliability, truth, or ability of. Gradually. Slowly over a period of time.
Tough, tough, physically or mentally difficult. Complicated, complicated, involving a lot of different parts in a way that is difficult to understand.
Environment. The surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates.
Patience, patience,
A willingness to wait for someone or something without complaining. Traditionally. In the traditional way.
carpenter, carpenter, a person who makes and repairs wooden objects.
Coal miner. Someone whose job is to dig coal out of the ground.
Electrician, electrician, a person who installs or repairs electrical or telephone lines.
Engineer. A person who designs, builds, or maintains engines, machines, or structures.
Flight attendant, flight attendant, an airline employee that takes care of passengers on board an airplane. Hairdresser, hairdresser, someone who cuts or beautifies hair.
Lawyer. A person whose job is to guide and assist people in matters relating to the law.
Lorry driver, lorry driver, a person whose job is to drive a truck. Nanny, nanny, a child care worker who usually provides care in the child's home. Nursery school, nursery school, a school for children between the ages of about 2 and 5.
Barrister. A type of lawyer in the UK, Australia, and some other countries who can give specialized legal advice and can argue a case in both higher and lower courts.
Psychologist, psychologist.
Specialist of the mind.
Civil servant, civil servant, a person who works for the government.
Correspondent. Reporter who sends news from outside a newspaper office. Counselor. Member of an advisory council. Distributor. A person or organization that helps another organization sell its goods and services to customers.
Editor, editor, someone whose job is to prepare text, film, etc. by deciding what to include and correcting mistakes. Financial analyst, financial analyst, someone who carefully examines the financial state of a company.
Solicitor. Lawyer in the lower court of law. Stockbroker. A person who links buyers and sellers of stock.
Supply teacher, substitute teacher.
A teacher who replaces teachers who are absent from work. Wholesaler. A type of business that buys goods in large amounts and resells them to other businesses in smaller lots. A person who works in wholesales. Call off. To decide that a planned event, especially a sports event, will not happen, or to end an activity because it is no longer useful or possible. Turn down. To refuse to accept something you are offered.
Look up. Find a word in a dictionary. Pick up. To get or bring someone or something from somewhere.
Listen to the game show, What's My Job?
Welcome to What's My Job? And our first participant is Jake from Manchester. OK, let's start the questions.
Me? Oh, okay. Hi, Jake. Do you usually work outside?
Yes.
But you sometimes work inside?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Do you work in retail?
No.
Do you earn a lot of money?
No.
Do you wear special clothes for your work?
Yes.
A uniform?
Yes.
Do you help people?
Yes.
Are you an ambulance driver?
No.
Do you work with heavy machinery?
Yes.
You sometimes work with heavy machinery.
Yes.
And do you visit people's homes?
Yes.
In an emergency?
Yes.
When there's a fire?
Yes.
You're a...
That's right.
Thank you, Jake. And our second participant is Lucy from London. Let's begin.
Hi, Lucy. Do you travel away from home with your work?
No.
Do you work with your hands?
Yes.
Do you work on an assembly line?
No.
Do you work inside?
Yes.
Do you have specialised knowledge?
Yes.
Do you work in a hospital?
Yes.
Do you look after people?
No.
This is difficult. Do you wear special clothes for your work?
Yes.
A uniform?
No.
But you always wear the same clothes for work.
Yes.
And you work in a hospital, but you don't look after people.
Yes.
Is it a hospital for animals?
Yes.
Oh, you're a...
Yes.
Listen to the game show, What's My Job?
Welcome to What's My Job? And our first participant is Jake from Manchester. OK, let's start the questions.
Me? Oh, okay. Hi, Jake. Do you usually work outside?
Yes.
But you sometimes work inside?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Do you work in retail?
No.
Do you earn a lot of money?
No.
Do you wear special clothes for your work?
Yes.
A uniform?
Yes.
Do you help people?
Yes.
Are you an ambulance driver?
No.
Do you work with heavy machinery?
Yes.
You sometimes work with heavy machinery.
Yes.
And do you visit people's homes?
Yes.
In an emergency?
Yes.
When there's a fire?
Yes.
You're a...
That's right.
Thank you, Jake. And our second participant is Lucy from London. Let's begin.
Hi, Lucy. Do you travel away from home with your work?
No.
Do you work with your hands?
Yes.
Do you work on an assembly line?
No.
Do you work inside?
Yes.
Do you have specialised knowledge?
Yes.
Do you work in a hospital?
Yes.
Do you look after people?
No.
This is difficult. Do you wear special clothes for your work?
Yes.
A uniform?
No.
But you always wear the same clothes for work?
Yes.
And you work in a hospital, but you don't look after people?
Yes.
Is it a hospital for animals?
Yes.
Oh, you're a...
Yes.
Exercise 1. Listen and check.
Are you doing anything special tonight?
Yes, I'm going for dinner with Amy.
Who's Amy?
She's a girl who plays on my volleyball team. You know, the one whose father drives that big yellow car.
Which yellow car do you mean?
The yellow sports car that is always parked at the end of your road.
Oh, I know. The car my brother likes. Anyway, where are you going for dinner?
We're going to that fish restaurant in town.
Oh, which one?
The one where we celebrated my birthday last year.
Oh, you mean the place which serves those delicious prawns?
That's right. I've booked a table for 8 o'clock.
Well, I hope you have a good evening.
A job interview. Exercises 3 and 4. Listen to the interview for a summer job.
Hello, Mandy. Come in and sit down.
Thank you.
Now, have you got any experience of this type of work?
Yes, I have. I spent 6 weeks working at a swimming pool last summer.
I see. And are you in good physical health?
Yes, I'm very fit and healthy.
What kinds of things do you do?
I love all kinds of sport. I play volleyball and netball. I go running, and of course I swim a lot. Most evenings, in fact.
That's interesting. So, why do you want this job, Mandy?
Well, as I say, I've done this kind of job before, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very important job too. I take safety at the swimming pool very seriously.
Uh-huh. Do you live locally?
Yes, I do. It's about a 15-minute walk from the pool.
Right. When can you start work?
Well, term finishes next Friday, so any time after that.
Well, thanks very much for coming in, Mandy. We'll be in touch in the next couple of days.